The return episode is here. We have the most famous man on Instagram right now, Max Cooper. Dude, the
We
Friday the
back.
Friday Beers Iowa post was incredible.
I mean, honestly, that was one of the best posts I've seen on a Friday Beers in a while.
He went
All
4
four
for
pictures
4.
were phenomenal.
KF to start. He's like, you know what? We have them. We're talking about like drinking tickets and stuff.
Hilarious,
Tori gaining 10 pounds from Marco's food truck.
which we all have.
And then Nico, he's going to be our guest this evening, so stick around for Nico. But him just laying by the pool. I wonder how many jokes he gets about being an old man now.
He's like the oldest of old men, though, because when I got there my freshman year, he graduated the same year as us in high school. He went to prep school. He came in as an early enrollee, so it seemed like he was like a grade below me, almost. And then I found out he's older than me. And the fact that this is the second season I've been out of Iowa football, and he is still there.
Whoa, he's older than us?
He's our grade, but like he's older than me, like in years.
That's insane.
He's an old ass man.
I always thought but he's a grade younger, technically.
I mean, I think technically, like he graduated high school in 2017.
That's insane. We're gonna have to. We'll hash this out with him later.
I'm starting to see like gray hairs in his beard, I think.
Yeah, it's bad when KF is reaming you for being old.
Yeah, that's a problem.
the grandfather of college football is saying you've been around too long.
Yeah, seriously, it's not great.
KF's quotes this week. I mean, it's why we cherish the man. Him going at Utah State saying, "What do you know about him? I know they have a good punter."
And little didn't they know we have the best punter, and they know that. I take that back.
We do. The guy has a sick look though, his mustache and whatnot.
Yeah, no, Tori's got to get some good facial. He's got to like dye his mustache or something.
Can he grow facial hair?
I've seen it. I mean, it looks like he's in like 8th grade when he grows it, but his beard he actually gets a pretty thick beard, I'm not gonna lie, but he's never like grown it out like long or anything. He needs to get like some me and Spence used to get some mascara and like go to practice with we'd dye our mustaches. One time Spence put it on. I think we both
like Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, dude, it was whack. Because like if you put it on, you have to put it on just the hairs. And we didn't realize that, so we were just dousing like our whole upper lip, and it's like it stains your skin. So like me and Spence were trying to like really sitting there scrubbing it off after practice, and it just would not come off. It was sick. So we were walking around with black mustaches and blonde hair. It was wild.
Having to bleach your lips after that.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
That's incredible. What would you do
on Wednesday, everyone? It is Wednesday. We're recording on Wednesday. Forrester does not have any, but it's a national holiday every single week.
Yeah, I'll say it right now. We went to the Cubs game last night. Electric atmosphere, bless you. Electric atmosphere in Wrigley right now. I don't even want to look at wine.
Yeah,
but the Cubs won 2 in a row. I mean, if we have the World Series is the same week leading up to Iowa Northwestern at Wrigley Field.
Dude.
If there are World Series games that week, one, I wonder if it would get moved. And 2, that would be just the best darn week in the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
And I think it burned down.
Maybe they throw it into like Soldier Field.
Mm-hmm.
Or they prepare do that. I'm like choking on that wine now. I almost regret doing Wine Wednesday. Maybe they move
from
it
some alcohol.
Yes, they should probably move it to like the track, that racing track, because that's where the field's going to be. Because they need to move to what's it called? What's that area called?
What, the Arlington racetrack?
Yeah, because they're going to move the Bears Stadium, which they need to.
They tore that thing down.
They're preparing.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if the Bears will move there.
It's sweet because the Bears are still going to suck, and then the Lions are going to be.
There's no way the Bears. Here's what I want. If Jordan Love is good at this, I'm going to be in shambles by week 2 of college, week 1 of NFL.
Yeah, but it's sweet though because me and you are both on the same page that we hate Jordan Love.
Yep.
I hate the Packers. God bless Lucas Van Ness because he's on there, so I respect it. But hate the Packers with all my heart.
Yep.
Actually, I shouldn't say that. I hate the Batters with all my heart. Michigan with all my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Packers now with all my heart. Don't like them though. Lions will be Super Bowl champions this year. Bears maybe win the first round of the playoffs. Actually, wait.
That's crazy. So would you go Wisco, Michigan, Packers for most hated fan bases?
Michigan, Wisco, Packers.
Man,
I've hated
think
Michigan
I'd
since I was
go-
a little kid though. Like I grew up a Michigan State fan, and not
that's
so
funny.
yeah. And then ever since college, I hated
I
Michigan
think I
going to college.
full-heartedly agree with that. Michigan is the worst after that Big Ten title game.
Well, that was the thing, dude. Like going into it, I hated Michigan, and then after that, I hated them significantly more.
Their fans are just little dweebs who just think they're the greatest people on earth.
You know what? You have to be smart to get into Michigan. I respect it, but guess what? You don't know jack shit about football when you get there.
Yeah, that's
And I will
damn
stand
right.
my ground, and that's the day I die.
I'd take Kinnick over the Big House any day, and we have 30,000 less.
Exactly. And Michigan State is a big brother. Michigan's a little brother. Always will be.
Yeah.
Just like Iowa's a big brother. Iowa State. I don't even know if you consider them a brother. They're like the adopted stepchild.
Okay. I had this. So there was an Iowa State guy with us last night, and we're trash talking out. Brock Purdy's not actually that good. He just has every weapon in the game behind him and one of the best O-lines in the NFL. But the Iowa State fans are delusional every single offseason because they're like, we want a Fiesta Bowl. Buddy, you won a Fiesta Bowl against did Oregon have a losing record or were right around 500 because it was a COVID year?
It was like the worst year Oregon's had in the past 10 years.
And they still went to the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah.
And then they've never had a 10-win season in their maybe they've had 0.
Yeah. And they play in a conference that's about to not even be a conference anymore.
Yeah, it is funny. Oh, conference realignment. We've missed a lot this summer.
We have a ton of stuff to talk about in this episode because we are catching up from the end of last season till the summer to now, and there is plenty to talk about. So buckle up, baby.
I think we start out with this. The changing of the guard.
The guard has been changed.
Spencer to Cade. Hopefully Cade is healthy. Let's hope his injury heals up so he's 100%.
Yeah.
What do you think? If he's still banged up, do you sit him this week? Do you start him? What's your opinion on that?
It's a good question because, every game's pretty important this year for the team, the coaching staff, everyone. I feel like you got to – if he's not healthy, if you want a good season, you got to sit him. But it just depends on how he's doing in practice, if he's progressing or not. I feel like I've heard a lot of good things about that Deacon Hill kid who apparently is doing really well, and apparently is a tank. So he's not going to go down.
He looks like a fridge.
Yeah, hey, he's not going to go down on the first tackle, so that's a big plus. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like you gotta play it by ear and see how he's feeling. And as Cade, you got to think, do I want to play in the first game, even though it's going to be hype? His first game as a Hawkeye, the hype there for him is insane. But the longevity part of it, do you want to play the whole season risking something happening to you that first game? So I don't know. It's going to be a toss-up. I think it's definitely a game time decision, which they will know 2 days before the game. They just won't release it. But I think you got to be smart.
Yeah, agreed. Because we need him for Iowa State for sure. And then as long as he's healthy for that Penn State game, wow, is that going to be fun?
Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a game. That's going to be.
I will say this. It feels like right now, basically, he broke up with that girlfriend. Maybe it was the first love. And now you're dating someone new with Cade. This is strictly my opinion. And
I agree.
3 beers in, you're like, should I text my ex?
When you're not officially dating Cade yet.
Correct.
Not in the talking phase. I wouldn't even say it's an exclusive phase. You just go on a couple dates, things are going well, and then you think, damn, I kind of miss my ex, but you don't want to go back. You don't want to give the wrong, it's just whack.
Then someone drops a picture of Coach Petrus, and you're like, damn it, I'm texting my ex.
Yeah, you're like, damn, he's doing well.
That's
what am I doing in my life?
Yeah, that's the 10th beer to just push you over. He looks like such a coach.
Yeah, no, he looks like such a dad, and I love it. It's his full beard. He's growing the beard out. He's got the forward hat. It's not even a back. It's a forward hat. Someone needs to get him a whistle, and then
yes.
I mean, it's great.
Yeah, and the hands on the hips.
There's so many pictures of him. I gotta send you this one picture of him just like in the background, like sitting with the hands and the hips.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Oh,
but hey, honestly, what a plus for them to have him coaching those guys.
Absolutely. I'm sure Cade's gotten a lot of good help from it. I am excited for him. Don't get me wrong, based on what I just said. But, there's that little bit of an aspect. Like, were we in the good old days?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the quote? I know.
I wish you knew you were in the good old days
before you actually left.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I thought I knew it going into that one.
Yeah.
Another thing that happened this summer, Solon Beef Days.
Big time beef days. Big hay bale toss competition.
I think it was the best one of all time. Records were broken. I think Lindy had the record before.
I think so, but I don't think it's the best of all time. I will say I went to one, and it was we shut that freaking place down, dude. And it was, I mean, they had this band called the Trophy Dads who were playing, and they were playing like covers.
Great name.
It's just, oh, dude, and they're all just like cool ass dudes. I remember it was like me, Spence, and Riley, like front row, freaking going nuts. They pulled us up on stage. It was like us and like 15 other dudes, and it was one of the greatest days of my life.
Freebird comes on and just shuts everyone down.
Me and Spencer did a jersey swap that night. It was awesome.
Jennings Dunker set the record for 14.6.
Insane.
He threw a hay bale that high. That guy is a crazy man.
Yeah, people are pole vaulting that high. Just think of that.
Seriously, that's like an Olympic thing, but in Iowa, we just throw hay over it.
Yeah. It's so sweet. It's the most Iowa thing ever. I love that.
That is. Beef Days is a great name for it, too.
Yeah, it is. So what else was there? We had Beef Days. We had
the changing of the guard conference.
Conference realignments were huge, which I think in the end game it's going to just be Big Ten and SEC.
Yeah,
I don't know when that'll be, but
it's a Power 2 conference, and we're just living in that world.
We are. We're just running that world.
Yep.
That's the SEC.
I'm excited. I think we make good moves there, but I want to go to a game in California, preferably in the winter.
Oh, 100%. And I also want to go to a game in Iowa end of November when they play a team from California, just to see how they react, because they're going to be in for a world of hurt.
It'll be funny if we get in recruiting battles in the state of California, and these Cali boys are just making their way to Iowa City in the middle of winter.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny to see the guys' reactions. Like the guys that I came in with and played that came from like Florida and Texas and Cali, like Spence. I mean, Spence had seen snow, I think, but like they love it, and then they love it, and then they're like, "This fucking sucks." Like it's brutal sometimes, but it's funny to see the reactions because some of the guys' first time seeing snow.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see those guys on mopeds running or driving through the streets with both the feet down, like 6 layers. It's ski goggles on, dude. It's awesome.
Did you have any guys? Deuce probably hadn't seen any Deuce Hogan probably hadn't seen any snow until he moved here.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Deuce did. Who was it? There was a couple dudes that were like freaking out when they saw snow. But yeah, no, it was like it's like a little kid's first time seeing snow. Like they're like in awe. It's crazy.
What about Trey Kramer? He was a Georgia boy.
I think Georgia's seen snow though. I think
Yeah.
Georgia and Texas have seen snow. I don't know if Florida has.
Yeah, Florida they would shut the state down. Well, when I lived in Texas, yeah, I guess that's new since we last potted. I live in Chicago now. It's
There you
awesome.
go.
Best city on earth. So in the summer.
Yeah, yep. Summertime's huge.
There's so much to do in this city. It's crazy.
Yeah, Chicago's great, man. The Northwestern game, me and Forrester will both be there. I know we said this last year, but we are planning to do an actual live podcast for this year.
Yeah.
We have yet to do a podcast in person with each other. That will change this year. Northwestern will be a shit show. We're going to shut down Wrigley Field, shut down Chicago. It's going to be. I mean, I've only been out in Chicago once, and it's with Henry and his brothers, and it is a time.
I think it's going to be all black and gold the way tickets are being bought right now.
Oh, it's not even a question, dude. Well, especially, I mean, Northwestern's screwed. They're going to be.
Yeah,
they're done. Their teams. They're either going to have a vengeance year where they're just like shit happened to us. We're going to battle through it and pull out some crazy season, or just be like 0-12.
They might as well have gotten the death penalty.
Yeah.
They just went 1-11 and then had to fire the coach. The only reason anyone stuck around.
Yeah.
And then they all transferred.
It could be a new coach comes in and says, we're running it back, and they go 11-1, which I'd say it's like a 0.05% chance that happens. But that would be sick.
They'd have to have some tricks up their sleeves.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, Big Ten West, I think it comes down. Wisco got some great transfers.
Yeah, that Fickle's going to be he's doing a good job of getting some guys over there. And
that's being overlooked a lot. I think Iowa's been a heavy consensus to win the West. And I agree. I have us going 15-0 this year.
Which is, I think that's a great prediction.
I'm telling you, we run the table regular season. We beat Michigan in the Big Ten title game. We beat maybe LSU in the semi, and then Georgia in the title game.
Interesting.
And Luke Lachey shows Brock Bowers who the better tight end is in that game.
Boom. That's what I'm talking about.
15-0.
Hey, it's good shit. Conference realignments, yeah, those are whack. I'm trying to think of anything new that we have.
I think the biggest thing is Portal Kirk is a savage.
Yes, he is a man, dude. He's sweet. I think he's the best media handler in the country. Like, it's just so funny watching him like do media, and and you can tell when he's fired up because like some coaches will like give it to reporters. KF will never ever. You will never see him do that, but you will see like a slight like comment that was like, "Was that sarcastic?" And then you're like, "Yeah, he's pissed." It's great.
That was a question I had. What do they do to train you guys? Because even Cade.
Yeah, so before the season, every year they have I think it's an in camp. They have media training for all the guys that are like two deeps, and it's actually like the most nerve-wracking thing ever. Like if you haven't public spoken in a while, they'll bring it's probably like 50 or 60 dudes, and you're in the team room, and then they have like a huge like light up in the front of the team room, and then they have a camera on you, and the girl's like she's been in the journalism industry for a long time, and she just retired. But, like, she helps us in like preparing us what questions we're gonna like get asked. So they'll call up random people, and you're sitting there, and like all your boys are up in the team room, and they're asking you questions, and they can see your face on the big screen in the team room, and everyone just go like you get up there and you just beat red, and like you're kind of like freaking out. It's funny.
And they basically have everyone down to a script?
No, I mean, there's outlines on what you should not say. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You figure out real quick what you should not say.
Yeah.
Especially after the game, if something goes wrong, you got to keep your cool.
I've been super impressed the way Cade handles media. I mean, he seems like a natural born leader, but it's funny when there was one TV journalist who had him on and asked him about his injury, and he was like, "I'm going to let the coaches handle that." But it's like you have to be a machine to think that, you know.
Oh well, they hammer in like if you don't know what to say, you usually try and say, "Yeah, I don't think it's my place to say that," and then you just try and avoid that subject. But then there's some subjects where you kind of just got to talk about it, and you got to be prepared. That's the only thing they're going to ask you questions about. It is. I mean, I never did media, like ever. I was never at that point of being good enough to do media. I did it once, and I was like crapping my pants. And it was Zoom during COVID. And I'm like sitting there, I'm like my face. I mean, granted, I'm always red. I'm red right now. I have a red background. Probably a bad idea. But I was like up there, and it's nerve wracking because you could say one small thing, and they'll take that and just write a story on how something different than what you said.
Yep.
So it's wild. It's definitely it's a tough thing to get down, but there's a lot of guys who do it consistently, who play a lot, that have done it so many times they're used to being able to avoid topics and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Spence got asked tough questions every week and didn't really slip up.
Spence was like, yeah, we went out there, and he always like does like there's like a facial expression he does every time, and it's hilarious. But he does it anytime he's trying to be serious when he's talking to people. It's funny.
Who has better facial hair right now, Charlie Jones or Spencer Petras?
That's a great question. Have you seen Spence's facial hair recently? I was just talking to him yesterday. He looks like a leprechaun. Like he's got like a like. I think Spence is more of a ginger than I am. Like, not even a question. His facial hair is like
embrace debate on that one.
That's a good debate. It's a very good debate. The mustache and beard combo is like literally red. Like, it's not even blonde. There's not a hint of blonde. It is insane. Like, we should have dressed him up as Notre Dame's mascot for Halloween or something.
The greatest picture of all time was on TV when they were showing starting quarterback, and he has the full goatee going.
He's yes. Like, dude, hilarious. That is one of my favorite pictures. I want to get that framed.
We'll have to tweet that out.
Yeah. It's game day mood.
Yeah, we'll add that to the Friday game day collection. Yeah. We're gonna be teaming up with Friday Beers Iowa for Friday game day posts, almost game day. So follow our Instagram. And then also we did just announce we're going to pretend we came in with 0. I think we only have like 100 subscribers. We didn't utilize YouTube as well the last time we did this. But for every one subscriber we get all football season, we'll say we're starting with 0. $1 will go towards Count the Kicks and the Every Kick Counts program. So the athletes this year that are partaking are Drew Stevens, Torrey Taylor, Deontay Vines, Luke Lachey, and then Nico Ragaini. Shout out Mr. Ragaini. I messaged him saying we were dropping the episode today. He's like, I've been waiting what did he say? He said he's waiting patiently for the drop. So yes. Hey, I will say during our hiatus, it was awesome how many people were like, oh, when's the next episode coming? Like stuff like that. Just random DMs, and you're like, I don't even know this person, but I love them. You know?
Yeah. I don't know you, but God bless you, and we're dropping soon.
Yeah. Another update. It was funny. So David Eichel was in Dallas when I still lived in Dallas. It was like probably a month and a half before I moved. It was for the women's Final Four. And so I see him at the bar, and I went up to him, and I was like, "Hey, man, like, what's up?" I don't know. We just broke the ice. Hilarious guy. We literally were just going all night, and then like he had tickets to the game, and yeah, we ended up hanging out all weekend. Great guy. So
There we go.
shout out David Eichel. You know,
Let's go.
nice guy in Iowa media. I
Oh,
literally, I went up to him. I was like, "I've definitely talked shit about you on the pod," and he was like, "Yeah, no, I heard it," but then we just hashed it out.
Hey, the shit talking is the best part.
Oh, he's like, it's just guys being dudes, you know.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it was
But
fantastic.
we are the number one Iowa football podcast, and that's not even a question. I'm gonna put that.
Yeah, that's right. We're for the players, for the people, and now we're for the media.
Yeah, we don't shit talk our teammates. We don't do any of that stuff. We're strictly news breaking. Actually, we're not. We're not a news media. We just have
No,
fun.
not at all.
We're talking shop. We bring on the boys sometimes. We don't shit talk. We're leading the pack for the Iowa football podcast.
We're a podcast of a 15-0 football team.
Damn straight.
That's right. What do you say we get to our list of best game day eve bars?
Yeah, before we get Nico on, we're bringing back the drafts this year, but we're gonna make it a little more interesting. Obviously, we're keeping it more Iowa focused, but we're gonna do the best game. Is it game day or is it Friday night?
Friday night. So game day eve.
Okay. What if we did?
Let's paint the picture here to qualify the bar.
Okay, before you do this, because I've only experienced the game day eve bars twice, and I've really only experienced the same ones. So I think after this, we should do post-win bars as well.
All right, I like it.
I think they're two different. They're going to be two different answers.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Okay. All right, rip it. What are you saying for number one? What's your first?
All right. So to paint the picture, what makes a game day eve bar? Best part of Iowa City on a Friday night is the band is going around. People are flooding the streets because they follow the band, and I think every bar there has a line and cover.
Yep.
So to make it a good game day eve bar, you have to be thinking, is the band going to go there beforehand? And once the band goes home, is it a bar where everyone is just either talking football or just getting ready to have fun the next day?
Yep.
Like what brings the football memories on a Friday night? You want to kick us off?
I think I've only been to two. I might only have to say two, as long as you don't take them as well.
All right.
I'll kick it off because I have a clear number one for Friday nights. I've only been there. I only went there last season for the first time, and used to love this bar. Got out of it towards the end of my college days because it just wasn't as fun as when you're a freshman, sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
The band's bumping, the families are there, the people are ready to get on the tables, go nuts. I'm going with Airliner, man.
Yep.
Airliner's OG. The band's on the bar, we're on the tables. I was with the whole Ragaini family, and you're a couple deep, and the band members are probably double what you are deep, just drinking beer on the bar. They're dumping beer in the tubas and chugging it. It's such a freaking fun experience.
I think the architect of Airliner designed it for the band coming in on Friday night.
It's dude. When the band you're sitting there waiting, everyone's drinking. When the band walks in, it's like some A-list celebrity just walked in the room, and everyone stops what they're doing, and they start going with the instruments. Dude, people lose their minds. The Snapchat memories I have, I look over them if I'm bored, and I'll start scrolling. I see them. I will watch those for a long time, because it's so much fun.
You'll wake up the next morning and be like, I think I played the trumpet in Airliner.
Yeah, I can't. My voice is gone. It's probably because playing the fight song on the trumpet for an hour straight.
Yeah, clear cut number one. Full-heartedly agreed. Number two, I think this is kind of a dark horse, but this is where I like to start the night before the band even gets to Airliner. Mickey's.
See, I feel like that would be I've only been to Mickey's, I think, honestly, to have dinner. I've only been to maybe had drinks late night after going out because they have food open until like 1:30.
Yeah, they have such a good beer selection. I think the band does stop in there, if I'm not mistaken. But every time the band starts over there, I don't know if they start at Spoko or Mickey's, but the whole street is flooded with people. It's so packed. And you're just like, all right, game day's finally here.
Yeah.
It's like just being in Mickey's, you either get a Guinness to kick you off or whatever they have on draft. And then next thing you know, you see the band come around and start playing, and you're like, all right,
it's here,
Saturday's almost here.
Let's go. Gosh, it fires me up. I like that. Mickey's. And also, I will say this, I think Mickey's is the best wings in Iowa City.
Whoa.
Best wings. I don't even think it's a question. They're phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. This is the only other bar I've been to on a Friday night. I actually don't even know if I have one bar, but I'm going to save that for the after, hopefully if I get it. So I'm just going to go with El Rey's. It's huge, and even for how big it is, so many people pack in there. And when the band comes through, it's literally like parting the Red Sea. Like oh man, dude. Fires.
It's such a good bar.
It is. It's a great bar.
You feel like you're in Nashville.
Dude, El Rey's when it first opened was huge. It still is huge, I'm sure, but I saw there's a couple other bars open now. When it first opened up, it was, because the front area, they have live music and then karaoke sometimes. And then the back is like DJ. You don't know if you're going to get some crazy EDM mix or Katy Perry, which it's awesome. I watched them that they played Good For You. It was unbelievable. And that was fresh off an Iowa Colonels game, dude. What a night. But yeah, El Rey's, it's a great environment to have that band come through because it can fit so many people in there. It's sweet.
Yeah, that is a good bar. I'm thinking now I've switched to the band's gone. They've gone to sleep. They have a big day tomorrow. Ending the night at DC's is the perfect way to go.
I like it.
Because you got the Steins. It's a sports bar. And you always end up upstairs. And it just feels like you're like in a game day atmosphere.
We used to throw like popcorn at people down below. I did not partake in this, but I knew plenty of people who would throw ice cubes down there too, which was bad. That's bad. But it is.
Hannon did that.
Yeah. Well, look where that got. Yeah. That's
But yeah, no, I heard when the Cubs won the World Series, people were literally chucking Steins off the balcony. Just out of pure excitement.
I'm surprised people were jumping off the balcony onto those tables. It's not that hot.
In the Rose Bowl era, they're like, it was a madhouse every week.
I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure. I do not have a third. You got to do another one because I haven't experienced the full thing yet. Hopefully, I'll do it this year.
All right, we'll round it off with, Brothers.
Oh, fudge. I forgot about Brothers.
Oh, yeah. All reliable once you're over 21.
Brothers is a great, great bar.
It literally, you wait. It's like that sacred thing in Iowa City where you could literally get in with your student ID to any bar because it's sideways.
Yeah,
besides Brothers.
Yes.
So once you turn 21, that's like your sacred playground.
It is. It is. That's. We went on that. Me and you went on that senior bar crawl with Henry and Lauren and all those guys. Brothers. I don't think I made it to Brothers. I think.
Nope.
I had to call it at 10:00, and you guys were ripping it till 2.
You, Henry, Lauren, and them went back, and then Tori and Charlie took your spot.
That's right. They came out.
So with Tori and Charlie.
I was getting like FaceTimes up the ass and like, where the fuck are you? I'm like, dude, I've been drinking since 2:00 in the afternoon. F off.
Yep, that's awesome. We'll be tweeting out that list. I love it. That could wrap it up right there. We could kick it to Nico Ragaini as he comes and joins us. Folks, it's good to be back. We're going to have some more interviews all season. And, yeah, we're hyped to be back.
We are hyped. It's going to be a hell of a year. Let's freaking get.
All right, we have the only man older than Kirk Ferentz, according to KF.
Yes, sir. He called me old man yesterday walking off the practice field, actually.
We talked about it before he came on, how once he's calling you old, that's like, that might be the line.
Yeah. Me and Lachey do like ball drills after practice. We throw with each other. And he walked by me and was like, all right, old man, how you doing? I just get jokes from everybody, man. Yeah.
You are the grandpa. Yeah. You're like the actually, I wouldn't even say the grandpa. You're the great grandpa of the team.
I drove some freshmen to the dorm a couple of days ago, and I just went and looked through Peterson because it's been a while since I've been in there. And a bunch of the freshman guys were like outside of the dorm when I was walking out. They were coming in, and they all like took their phones out and were like recording me like, "This dude's 27. What are you doing in the dorm?" Like screaming extra loud so everybody would hear. I was like, this is just ridiculous, man. So,
they're treating you like you're in a school zone.
Mm-hmm. But I only get like Noah Shannon and Joe Evans will be sitting right next to me, and I'll get an old joke, and they just won't get the joke. I'm like, we came in together at the same time.
Is it true? So you're our age, but you just reclassified?
Yeah. So I did 5 years of high school, and then so that's why I'm like extra old.
Damn.
Yeah. You go to prep school, you could repeat your whatever grade when you go. So like I graduated from my high school and then reclassified as a senior. It's called a postgraduate. But like one of my good friends from home, her name's Tina. Coop has met her before. She played hockey and she went to prep school after her freshman year. So she just reclassified after her freshman year. You could do it whenever you want.
Damn, I always thought you were everyone's little bro.
He still is.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What's it like watching Spence be a coach?
I mean, it's pretty awesome. I think he enjoys it. He like grinds hard like more than I do. Damn near. Like I'm home now, and this guy will come home at like 9:30 and just be watching film and doing all the cut up stuff for Brian, all that good stuff. But he loves it, so I'm happy for him.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to see. What's your relationship with Cade like?
Cade,
he kind of sounds like a dog.
It's like a dog.
Yeah, I mean he's growing on me now. So I want you to convince us why we should be his number one fans.
I think Cade's best quality is his leadership for sure. Obviously, he's a pretty good football player. He beat us in the Big Ten championship 2 years ago.
That bastard.
Pretty badly too, 42-3 or whatever. But I think what he brings to this team is that he's got this chip on his shoulder that he wants to prove something. And I feel like the Iowa as a whole has that, but especially the offense, we all have a little chip on our shoulder right here. But I think he does a great job bringing it out in all of us. So that's his best quality for sure.
Does he get more girls than you?
Does he get more girls than me? He's got a girlfriend now. So now that he's got a girlfriend, more girls for me, pretty much.
Wow. Clear the way. That's it. I like that. That's a selfless teammate right there. He's just getting his receiver. He's getting on the rock.
I was nervous at first when he first got here because he was big man on campus, walking in the bars. Everybody knows who he is, like pointing at him and stuff. But he got wifed up nice and fast, left him all for me. So
now you're big balls Ragaini.
Yeah.
What a quote.
So somebody Padilla texted me yesterday or whenever you guys posted it, it was like, you just got some big balls, huh? And I was like, what is this guy talking about? And then Henry sent the picture of
Dude,
somebody
that
like
was
replied on
hilarious.
Twitter with
I
the guy.
thought I thought Forrester tweeted that, to be honest with you. I was laughing. Dude.
It was Hawkeye Bernie. He's a funny burner account. But yeah, where you're on like Stan Marsh's face.
That's
And
so
then
great.
Friday Beers Iowa like reposted it on their story yesterday. I was like, oh my god.
Dude, they're on a tear now.
I don't even know why I
Hilarious.
said that though. Like, what did I? What I just said.
We were talking about the season, or we were talking about like going into like November or something. And you're like, we just gotta have some big balls, you know. And we're like, fuck yeah.
Hey, big balls Ragaini is better than Grandpa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Maybe my celebration, I'll just like, I don't know what it could be. I'll just like take it out of my pants like that, just drop it on the table.
Bro, that would be hilarious, actually.
You have to.
You just run on the other sideline, just fucking big balls in their face.
Or like that LeBron one, you know, he hits the three and then he like walks.
Yeah,
like, you know what video I'm talking about or no?
You know what's funny now is like now that you say that, it's gonna be in your head. So if you score, you actually might do it.
I probably have to do it.
You have to.
Yeah.
You'd be
actually we
cleaning the big
scored we were doing like we call it like team perfect, and we just do offense running plays like full speed just with no defense out there. And Vine scored a touchdown today in the end zone, and I was like running over to him in my route, so it was just perfect. We like did the Connecticut dance to each other right there in the end zone, and then everyone was busting our balls about it. Like Cade was like, could you guys act like you've been here before and not do that a little bit, just hand the ball to the ref and like come celebrate with us all. And then Brian was telling us how a couple of years ago he like gave a alert touchdown celebration. I'm not going to say who it was supposed to be against or whatever, but he gave a player, if you score this touchdown right here, you could do whatever you want in the end zone. So I'm hoping he gives us one of those this year, because I'll do some.
Who was that?
Shit.
Or was I there?
I don't think you were there.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like in 2016. He said.
Mm-hmm. That would be sweet. I mean, I think you've earned it. 6 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like I could do it at whatever I want at this point. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
You basically, you run Iowa City now.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm damn near a coach out there.
So okay, so what's the nightlife like now that you're a seasoned vet?
The nightlife
in Iowa City. Do you go out?
Is there like a restriction on your ID? Like you're too old?
Yeah. So Summit and Airliner, they don't let you in unless you're under 21. So I'm way that limit at that point. So I can't even like look into those bars. But we got a Reunion just opened downtown.
That bar is sweet.
It's pretty nice. Upstairs is like a little crazy, and then in the middle is more chill vibe. You could sit and like talk to people, and then I think they have a basement too, but I haven't been down there before.
Yeah,
Where do you guys go after the games now? Is this still going to be Summit?
I mean, I don't know. I actually just made a bet with Tori Taylor because I'm trying to be on Team No Booze for a little bit. I've been doing pretty well. I really haven't drank that much in like the past year. So Tori doesn't think I could do it. So week 8, I think, is our bye. We play Minnesota week 7. So if I could make it to week 7, then I win the bet.
Is he going to come out with you? Will he be out if that's the case?
Yeah, if I win the bet, he has to buy me a bottle of Tito's for that night. So.
Oh, that's an elite bet.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
If not, I got to give him like $75. That was the deal.
$75? A bottle of Tito's is like $35.
Well, yeah, but it's in my favor. Like I control what happens.
That is true. That's true. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who's running Coop's old house? What was that house called?
Lucan. Tori's in there. Tori's in Coop's room.
Yeah,
he's been there a while.
Yeah, he has been. And then Caden Weegan is in there. He's in Oliver's room. Or
What? Why? Oh, the basement. Chuck's old room.
yeah.
No, not Chuck's old room. That was Tori's room when I was there, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Oliver's room. That was, yeah.
And then I think Caden Crawford lives there, a defensive lineman, and Jackson Filer, who was the JUCO Defensive Player of the Year, he lives there too.
That's sweet.
I think I'm missing somebody, but I can't remember who.
That's all right.
It's got to be the week 7. That's got to be a Lucan banger.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time, bro.
A Lucan banger?
No, like waiting till week 7. Say, like, what if you guys beat Penn State?
It's a night game, so we'll get home at like 4 a.m. anyway. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, touche.
Right?
How many?
Whoa. You're telling me you're not going to drink when I come to Michigan State?
No.
Oh. There you go. You're fucked. You're not going to win this bet.
I'm winning the bet, dude.
Bro, if you don't go out with me, I'm going to be pissed.
You're not going to care. You're going to be drunk at that point anyway. You'll be slammed at the tailgate. You won't even know.
Last time I came, you wouldn't come out last time either.
Yeah, because it's grind season.
I don't give a fuck if it's grind season. It is grind season, except for that night. That's crazy, bro.
You have to buy him a handle of Tito's. Yeah.
I'll take your bet and fucking I'll pay you $75 and give you a bottle of Tito's.
I'll think about it then.
All right.
I kind of like it. What if Nico just has a breakout season? He can't just ruin the booze streak.
Like, what was Charlie Jones doing last year? Was Charlie Jones boozing? No.
I love Charlie, but what was Charlie Jones doing the 3 years before that?
Charlie hasn't touched a carb since 2019.
You said a carb?
Yeah, he hasn't touched a carb.
Yeah. Different. That's a terrible comparison.
The last time he ate a cookie was like his senior prom. He said he had like a bite of a cookie.
Yeah, he said the last time he had chips when I was there was when he was in 7th grade.
The last time he doesn't respond that much in one of our group chats, and the only time he said or he responded was, "I don't drink Powerade anymore. Too much sugar."
He's probably serious.
Oh,
yeah. He's dead. No, I guarantee he only does.
Actually, I respect that. Water. I respect that though, because in the chugging of the water days, like to make weight, you couldn't have too much Powerade because you'd like almost throw up of it. So you had to do like the sugar-free ones, and then chug water. Dude, I get that. That's respectable. Nico, I'm sorry. I'm rattled by that. If you do not go out that night, I'm gonna be pissed.
You're not going out.
No, that's just not happening. I'll hide your ass. You can disguise if you want to.
I'm Neek Sizzle from now on.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Team no booze.
Neek Sizzle, big balls Ragaini.
Wait, what's the name of the guy in South Park that he is? Is it Steve Marsh? Stan Marsh. You're Nico Marsh.
I never watched that show before.
Nico, you have to give us your. You got to at least break the records this year.
Break the record?
Yeah.
Wait, Nick, actually, time out. Before we get into that talk, me and Forrest had a draft. I want to hear just what you think of this.
Had a draft?
I wouldn't even say the draft. We're just chucking bars out there.
Uh-huh.
We were inspired because your parents are basically the main attraction at Airliner when the band comes in.
Yeah, 100%. That was my number one Friday before the game bar because of your family.
I told Coop this off air. Every Friday, I would like see your family, and like they didn't know me or anything when I was in college, but I'd go up and I'd be like, "Oh, I know Nico, good kid," and they'd be like, "All right, man, yeah."
Who the hell is this kid?
Yeah.
Sneak. Yeah. What do you think in your prime drinking days? Because I know you're probably 20 years past it. What was the best after a big win bar?
I mean, after the wins, everybody goes to Summit, you know?
Yeah, I know. But, okay, cut Summit out of it. I'd say even just, after, a fun, the best going out bar.
I mean, my favorite was DC's, I think.
Thank you. That's what I said, too. Okay.
There's a good older crowd there.
If the music's on, it's on.
Uh-huh.
If it's not, you can hang out and chill.
Right? The upper floor, with the open up there is pretty cool. It's a good vibe.
So elite. We're going to DC's when I come into town. We're getting Oliver too. He's probably sitting in that fucking corner by the bar.
Oliver's probably there right now.
Yeah, he's gonna be there the whole year.
In
He's
between
probably
Jags practice, he's going to DC's, and their coach is just cool with it.
he probably he's gonna drive back for every weekend in the offseason. Fucking Oliver. Sorry, I just completely cut us off the stats talk, but
yeah. How many away are you? 44.
It's like 50, I think, but who's counting?
Yeah.
It's like 43, but
we start a thread of just like the Nico counter, so every reception will take one off.
Yeah, dude, we got to get it this year. I feel like my goal for the year is just to catch every ball thrown my way, you know. And if I could do that, then I won't even have to think about the record. Is pretty much how I'm thinking about it. So, it's cool to say I have the record, though. I won't lie about that.
That'd be pretty sick.
What separates you from Wisconsin this year?
Like team versus team?
Yeah. Why should we? I'm going to Vegas this weekend. Why should I place all of my money on Iowa to win the West?
I mean, are you trying to get me in trouble with all this gambling shit right now at that time?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Never mind. Don't answer that question.
Cut.
I actually forgot about that. You guys are on thin ice, bro.
I forgot. Yeah.
But gambling, that's a touchy subject.
Yeah, it is. But honestly, dude, I really
just
don't
answers
know.
throw the under.
I mean, I really don't even know. I don't know anything about Iowa State. Like, we just started Utah State like this Monday, damn near. We don't like even with camp. I mean, we started preparing probably on Saturday, just like simple stuff, and we started watching film on Monday. And I don't know. It's hard to watch like teams right now with no film either, especially like we're playing Utah State right now and their defensive coordinator was at like 5 places over the last 5 years. So we just we can't even watch Utah State film. We have to watch the defensive coordinator's film from the past 5 years. So it's kind of interesting when you think about it that way. You just look at the tendencies of like what he tells his players to do, which is interesting. Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be a good test. Is Cade playing?
I think I saw on Twitter today. I got my news on Twitter. I saw he's medically cleared. So
let's go.
Yeah,
we want to learn a little bit about Deacon too. Like he just sounds like a behemoth of a.
No, Deacon's the man for sure. I feel like if he's just standing, just relaxed and just chuck the ball, it'd probably go 80 yards down the field. He's got a cannon on him for sure. And he's a good dude. I thought he was like a 5th year, 6th year guy. I thought he was my age. I just found out he turned 19 like 3 weeks ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's massive. You know, like Newton's third law, like
has Spence
motion. Like when he scrambles, I don't know if people are taking him down.
Has Spence given him the talk yet? Where he's like, "Listen, man, I know you got a cannon, but you'll never be able to outthrow me."
I don't know. Deacon may have them. They both got pretty good arms. They could both sling it for sure. Deacon, he threw something in the kids' day game. He the play was over, whistles were blown, and he just chucked the ball down the field anyway, and he launched it. It was a bomb.
I don't want to give too much of the playbook away here, but 4th and 1 comes, who's getting the QB sneak?
I know, right? We may have to put Deacon in for that one.
You have a full boss in the
I don't
back.
see why not.
Don't you guys have some fullback that's 6'4"?
Oh yeah, he's right next to me in the locker room.
Hayden Lodge.
Give it.
Yeah. What's he like, dude? A 6'5" fullback is insane.
I don't know. He's a good dude. We're next to each other in the locker room, so we're with each other all the time. He's good friends with Deacon. I know that. They're boys.
What's it like? Now, is this the 6th year, right?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like seeing being in the like you see guys come in there like fresh out of high school. And you're like,
yeah. No, this freshman class is like by far the most sus freshman class I've ever been a part of. Like, I feel like I don't know if it's like okay for me to say this, but I feel like when we were younger, like you were like scared to like say something like in the locker room. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like these freshmen, they just like say whatever, just like do whatever in there, and I'm just like in there cracking up. Like there's such an age gap between us. It's like 18 and 24. I feel like honestly is kind of a big jump. Like people are like
Huge jump, bro.
when you think of the person you were as a freshman to like what I am right now, it's like crazy.
Yeah,
So
that's
really
gotta be wild.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm their uncle damn near. Like someone was calling me Unc today. I was like, dude.
That is whack, bro.
Yeah. No, they're funny. We got a good group of freshman receivers that like make a lot of jokes too. The transfers as well. I feel like the vibes are high in there for sure, and everybody's like cracking jokes all the time.
That's good though. Like having like a freshman class that's not afraid to like just sling it to like just talk shit with people. Because I remember coming in before you even got there, bro. I was with like Josie and like Bo Bauer and those guys. I was so scared of them.
Yeah, that's what I wonder that sometimes. Like, I wonder if any of these guys are like scared of me right now.
But
Like,
it's different though. Like when I like you though, when someone's like chill and cool, and like I'm sure you like you've told me like you go out to eat with those guys and shit like that. Like when you're doing that stuff, like they're more welcome, so they're more comfortable to say shit.
Yeah.
Where it's like when there actually is a gap when it seems like it, then it's like kind of tough to like do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. That's dope. But
yeah,
that's hilarious.
It's real good. We got one. What's up?
I feel like Jack Campbell would have been quite intimidating to approach.
Yeah,
he's just he's like a lumberjack. Still, we gotta tweak this one out, but the Big Ten media days when he told Laporta he was coddled.
Did he?
And Sam is just like, wait, what?
Yeah,
like on air in an interview or something?
On air. It's Dave Rebsine just interviewing I forgot who the third, it might have been Kayvon was the third guy. It was those three on set, and Campbell just goes, yeah, well, the tight end room's the most coddled one in Iowa.
What? I can't even imagine Campbell saying that.
A stray bullet at Big Ten media days.
Dude, when Laporta came on, he's like, I don't think I had heard him talk before that, and I just couldn't believe my mind.
It's so funny because I remember Jack when he came in as a freshman, and we would like pair up people, like the older guys, the younger guys, like the dinner tip. You remember that, Nick? And then like I don't know if you guys still do that. I'm sure it's probably closer, but they would like, dude, my butt. I'm sitting on a wooden chair, and I swear my ass is gonna be like throbbing. Pause. But yeah, dude, it was. I remember Jack was like a freshman. He was like the quietest dude ever. I'm like, oh, this dude's a nice dude. And then I have some on the football field, the scariest mother effer I've ever seen.
This dude's a beast.
Like, yeah, he's terrifying. Josie was terrifying. Josie was a scary dude, though. I will say. I was playing Xbox with Josie last night. Me, Moss, Josie. We were playing COD together. It was hilarious.
Funny shit.
Yeah, sorry. That was a huge tangent.
What's different about camp now from freshman year?
Camp. I feel like the coaches like understand that the way we did camp 6 years ago was just like not the smartest for people's bodies. You would go like 5, I don't know, Coop. How many days in a row would we go like that freshman year?
We had like 2 off days.
Yeah. We had like 2 off days and we were in a hotel for like 4 weeks damn near or however long. And now they're like maybe it's not bright to have the whole team go into camp with like burnt legs. You know what I'm saying?
So they become super soft now.
Yeah, they pretty much got really soft and like understandable They understand like what's going on with the players, which is nice. They took it nice and easy on me this whole entire time. I was very blessed. Like I remember we would go take a nap in between, and like I would get up out of bed and like I wouldn't be able to move. And like this was the first camp where I would like get up with energy like in the morning. It was good. It was like we're gonna give you guys a lot more breaks, so when we're going, like we got to be humming out there. Is pretty much how we've been this past month, which is I think really smart.
That's wild, dude. I remember freshman year, I'd get out of bed and be like, I actually don't think I can do anything. Like I don't know if I'll be able to move at practice. And I had to jump in the hot tub and stretch for like 15 minutes just to like feel something in my legs.
Yeah, it was
That's so nice they're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys better be fucking fresh for the season. Then that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we do. Like we take our helmets off sometimes during practice now, and like just run through plays, which we didn't do back then. So it's like, if we're gonna do this, like you guys have to be locked in and detailed. Like it's no fooling around, horse shit going on. Like if we're gonna give you guys this, you have to give us 100%. You know,
you guys better fucking blow Utah State out of the water. Then there's gonna be a whole different world.
Yeah,
I think it's smart.
Yeah, it's smart. It is very smart because they ran us into the fucking ground like before that.
Mm-hmm.
The hamstrings were tough for everyone, I feel like, and now
I feel like there's got to be some like Connecticut connection this year with you and Vines.
Right.
Vines is going to be a beast. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he looked good at the end of last year, but like, yeah, I mean, keep doing your Connecticut dances and
yeah, hopefully you see a lot of it this year. I think it's pretty crazy though, like 2 kids from Connecticut, just like this small state, like playing for the University of Iowa at the same time. It's pretty cool. A lot of people ask me if I knew about him in high school. I'm like, they always ask me, and they ask Vines in interviews and stuff like that. And he's like, no, I think Nico was a little too old for me in high school. Like I was at prep school and he was still in high school, but he went to a prep school too. We went to like rival prep schools.
Where did you go? You went to Avon, right?
Yeah, I went to Avon Old Farms.
And where did he go?
Taft.
I
Yeah.
was mixed up.
We beat him when I was there.
Oh, so you still have that on him?
Yeah, I had a good game too. I trucked somebody, I remember, and then I came off the field and threw up a little bit. It was crazy.
Just good, clean fun right there.
No, Vines is doing great. He's real fast, obviously. He's probably like top 3 fastest guy on the team. And I think he's taken a step forward as being like a leader in the receiver room too. Because he's got I got the most experience in the whole receiver room, and then really nobody has played like Power 5 college football in a room besides Bubs last year. So
and who's Bubs?
Leader for sure.
Oh.
Vines. We call Vines Bubs.
Yeah, no, I knew that. Never mind.
I forget sometimes that nobody knows we call him Bubsy.
What about Caleb Brown?
Caleb Brown?
I forgot about that.
Like, how is he?
Yeah. Did he ever get any snaps?
At Ohio State?
Yeah.
I think he had 1 catch last year, but he'll definitely be featured in the Iowa offense for sure. He could play. He's real young. Like I didn't realize that he was only 19 years old, which is crazy to think. But I was actually just telling somebody a story about him today. Is we went to California over the summer with Cade to train with him, and he met us in the airport when we got there, so like nobody knew him. And one of the first days, like we would lift and then like catch. We didn't really like run routes there. We did more like spotting for like Cade to do drills and stuff. We ran routes one day. We worked out with TJ Hushmanzada one day, if you guys know who that is.
Yeah.
Langos tight end?
Yep.
He was with Ocho Cinco. But we go and play basketball one day, and KB comes out there, and he's like just nasty at basketball. So I'm like, we got this kid from Ohio State. He's like playing like basketball like this. Like you could tell he's an athlete. It was going to be pretty good.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good to hear. What was that trip? It looked like you got a whole squad out in California.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Was it a swarm event thing?
No. Cade's quarterback coach just lives in California, so he like hooked us up with Airbnbs. The tight ends had their Airbnb. Luke and Eric, they like stayed in this Airbnb. Like it was no joke, like over the water. And then next to them were some of the receivers, and then a couple of us stayed with Cade, and we like stayed in Mark Sanchez's house. It was pretty crazy.
That's
It
awesome.
was nice. It was a good time. We grinded out there, and then the last day we had a little bit of fun. It was a good time just to like really get to know all of the guys, because like I don't know, being a 6-year guy, all my friends pretty much have left, so like I really don't know these guys that much. So just like getting to let loose a little bit and like going to the bars. We went to the strip club too. It was a good time. We had a blast.
Let's go.
Yeah. I won't say who, but some person on our team didn't even make it into the strip club. He was like outside puking, like in the parking lot the whole entire time. You couldn't even make it in. Lachey is such a good guy. He was just out there taking care of him the whole time. And
He is the nicest guy in the world.
He's one of my favorite teammates of all time, man. Like he's such a good guy. I asked him. I got a funny story about him too. But I asked him like day 3 of camp. Like I made like a lot of mistakes that day. I remember like I stopped running on a route and Cade threw it to me, and then Cooper DeJean picked it off. So like I'm like real down on myself after that. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like I fucked that up. He's never gonna trust me again. Like I'm just thinking of the worst. So I just like Luke is my guy. So I'm like, Luke, like how was practice today? And he just like he didn't have any catches that day, and he was like, I mean, I didn't have any catches, but like I don't care. Like as long as the offense did good, and the offense did really good today. I'm like, Luke, you don't have to tell me that, dude. I guy ever. Like I really wasn't even asking if you had catches. Like I just want to know how you felt like running routes. Like say something stupid to me, you know. But he's just that's really him. Like he's not even being fake. Like he's genuinely the biggest team first guy, which is nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking I had a feeling that I would get asked about like tight end U one time this year, and like if I ever get jealous about it or something like that. But it's easy to root for the tight ends on our team. Like they're the best dudes ever. Eric All too. Like he's a great guy. He's always happy and like smiling. And Luke is also a great guy. So it's rightfully deserved for sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, Luke is like I could just see him like fireman's carrying somebody with puke on his back.
Yeah.
he's such a nice guy.
He is actually like I love Luke. He's a saint.
Have you had him on here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you know how his dad is like the radio guy for Ohio State.
Yeah.
I think we had him like the week after, but it literally sounded like a scene right out of the movie. Luke comes on and he goes, yeah, my brother texted me after and he was like, man, I'm so proud of you. And Luke goes, well, I did it for us, man.
Yeah, dude. It was literally like a scene out of Rudy.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
He just did it for his whole hometown. It's like we just like froze. We're like, wow.
Dude, he's one of those guys where you're like if you're talking to someone with Luke next to you, you'd be like, dude, this guy is the man. You'd be like, no. Like, this guy's awesome. Like, he's like he's the nicest guy of all time.
Uh-huh.
You just walk away with like, you're like, oh, nothing's bad in life. You just meet Luke? Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. You're like, why are you in such a great mood? I was just with Luke. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, Luke is the most uplifting, like, oh, he's the man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. All right. Well, hey, Nico, good luck this week. Also, we'll tweet your every kick counts Yeah, I always mess that one up. That link, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also going to be donating on their behalf, like to their campaigns. So yeah, everything helps there. Nico, I'm excited to see your touchdown dance this week.
Yep. Be ready for it. You'll be.
Let's
seeing-
get in the end
I'm
zone.
excited to see you. You're gonna get a fifth of the way to the receptions record this week.
a fifth.
Yeah, you're gonna get 10 receptions.
Oh,
Hey,
I mean, if that happens, I'll be a real happy guy. If
Come
that
on.
happens, I may have to break Team No Booze week 1. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be at the Michigan State game. I will be sidelined, screaming for them to pass it to you because I know if you get over 8 receptions, you're coming out. I'm gonna pass him the fucking ball.
Yeah. Just tell Brian.
I will.
That's awesome. All right, thanks, Nico.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.